Hi, Scorpio. This is going to be your overall general forecast for the end of November and moving into the beginning of December in Sagittarius season. This is good for the Sun, Rising Moon, and Venus sign of Scorpio. It is a general reading, though, so it might not resonate with all of you. If you'd like to book a private reading with me because general readings are just a little too fuzzy for you and feel a little too general, and you want something unique and specific just for you, you can book a private reading with me. I'm running a special on personal readings right now, and the link to my website is in the description below. If you're new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Subscribe and hit the bell. I read for your sign here pretty much every week, but right now it's Soma Chandra Scorpio. Let's get into it. Scorpio, I have to apologize to you. I've been trying to read for you wonderful, amazing people for over a week now, and it just wasn't the right time. I've been overwhelmed, and this weighed heavily on my heart. I'm very drawn to your sign. You're my favorite sign. I'm so glad I waited because the oracle cards that came out and then what came out of the tarot initially, I was like, yes, okay, now I know why I was meant to wait for the messages. I feel like I finally picked up on your energy. So let's take a look at what came out of the oracle cards for you. And I want to tell you about the downloads I heard when I put it all together, moving into the reading. I think that the end of November and moving into December is really going to be about letting go of old patterns and maybe even some old relationships and claiming some sovereignty for yourself. I also think that some of you might have an activation of separation between yourself and family or your peer group or even with one of your kids. So keep all that in mind. You're going to have to claim your true, authentic self in order to get towards the abundance that I think you guys are trying to move towards at the end of this year. I think you're definitely going to feel a surge of creativity, and you'll be called to speak up and speak out and sing your own unique song. I think a lot of you are going to be unsung heroes in your own lives the end of this year. This might surprise other people, and it might even surprise you yourself. Because Stingray came out for you, some of you are definitely going to be called and challenged to break old patterns. Now is definitely not the time to let outsiders, a peer group, or even family members pressure you to stay in old, easy, and comfortable patterns. You're at a pivotal point right now in personal growth. I also heard when I was meditating for you guys that you're about to start a 2-year cycle, and it's going to start to play out the beginning of 2021. You're at the beginning, so go in strong, go in creatively with discipline, and you're going to be flying solo in a lot of ways. Your motto, apparently, this is what came out of the Surrender to Now Oracle deck for you guys. Your mottos personally for the end of this month, moving into December: surrender to success and surrender to full power. And I think you're going to need to tell yourself these things to move towards the abundance that you seem to be focused on. You're ready to experience abundance. You're ready to experience it, Scorpio. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. So don't let any mistakes or any parts of your past hold you back. And try not to hold anybody else back either next month, the end of this month, the next month, Scorpio. It's time for abundance. And I think you're going to be focusing on doing it on your own. Surrender to your full power. The lion, Leo's coming out for you here. Your life is calling you to step into your full power rather than play it small. Wow. Expect success and abundance, but don't expect it if you play it small. You're being called to step forward and leap forward, probably in more than one part of your life. When I used, I don't even know what this oracle deck is called, the soul's journey, maybe. Discipline, imagination, abundance. This is a second card that came out of with abundance. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. It will be something the end of this year that you want to accomplish. It will take discipline. You can accomplish it if you set your mind to it. You need to be telling yourself that as well. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Swan is calling you to do that as well. Some of you are really going to need to get creative and use your imagination. and apply that with discipline to make something in your life that's important to you come through to fruition. So embrace the creative aspect of yourself. I just heard someone say, I'm not very creative. Well, that's subjective. Everyone has an imagination. Start using it. It will help you manifest abundance. I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I can see that you guys are being pushed to challenge yourself, to get creative, use your imagination, think outside the box. It will take discipline, and it's meant to move you towards abundance. Some of you are already focused on manifesting this abundance. Some of you have maybe been focused on some other things, and this is your push to focus on discipline and abundance, because that came out of the color oracle deck for health and well-being. Some of you have had some imbalance in your lives. Your guides definitely want to move you towards abundance. The deep soul energy that you guys will be in for the month of December: Swan, Nightingale, and then an outside force. When this card dropped out, Stingray in reverse, I felt that this was an outside force challenging you, Scorpio, but Swan is an amazing energy. This is about effortless creativity and being very sensitive. It's also acting as if sometimes and being very elegant. So very much an imagination activation and a creative activation with Swan. This represents the heightened creativity. This is the goddess Saraswati in Hindu mythology, and she's incredibly graceful. So you will feel infinitely powerful and creative at different times. I think you'll be called to lead to some degree, but you may also at the same time withdraw and you're not sure you're up to the task. Swan's sort of ready to take you someplace that you want to go in a very fluid way. She often comes out when we're creating or we're writing and we're reflecting on something, and when we need to take time to heal as well. When she appears, your soul is calling for some attention. So soul time, solo time, soul growth. Your inner voice is waiting to be heard. You will be wanting to spend some time alone to get to know yourself a little bit better. And I know that because of the next card that came out, the Nightingale. This is the fearless voice, the unsung little hero in the world. These birds are overlooked. People don't think much of them until they open their mouths. So I think you'll be I'm sorry, I am like slurring and stuttering today. You guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I think maybe because some of you might be having a hard time speaking your truth. You might be afraid to speak out. The Nightingale is about your fearless voice and communication or song. It's an otherworldly bird. It's this simple little brown bird, and it goes kind of almost unnoticeable among all the flashy plumage of other birds. But listening to her transports us somewhere else. Again, another card that's encouraging you to write, compose, create your own script and dialogue, your own like in the work environment, you'll be called to be unique and stand out from other people. You might be called to listen to music as well. It will help you heal wounds. This bird, when it comes, it indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something that you need to say, Scorpio? How long has it been since you sang? You need to turn it up and write it down and let it out. She speaks freely with kindness. So speak your truth, let it out. I see you guys spending time alone trying to figure out who you really are. There will be some situations in the end of November into December that will call for you to be very graceful and dignified. And I think that the Stingray is going to challenge you. I feel a strong connection and intersection between what came out of the awakened soul for you in regards to relationships. I got sovereignty and family, and they came in the reverse. So I'm seeing a connection here. Stingray's a water energy, and speaks to emotions. Stingrays are about developing self-confidence or a sense of self or a spine. When it's out of balance, it blames others and it quits. It's not eager and it doesn't want to grow. I feel like this is an energy around you that holds you back. This is about a pivotal point in personal growth, Scorpio. The moment has come where you have to decide between an old, easy, comfortable, and familiar pattern and a new one that's challenging and uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Usually, pressure from friends and family makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made for you right now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again and again because it's about the force of Dharma and growth. So don't ignore these feelings. You're meant to move through a discomfort in some way. You may have someone in your life that you're trying, like a group, a family, a religion, some sort of community practice that you're trying to break away from. This might be happening with one of your children as well, or between yourself and your peer group and your family. So don't blame anyone. Don't quit. If someone around you is trying to break away from you and claim their sovereignty, speak up, but come from your own unique point of view. Definitely, for sure. Because what came out for relationships, they wanted me to use the awakened soul, was sovereignty and family. So, sovereignty is about claiming your own personal power, but family is about an interconnectedness with loved ones and your own personal soul tribe. So, I think that this month, with these three cards together, Scorpio, I think quite a few of you will be challenged to let go of a group dynamic or a mantra or a tradition or a story that is no longer serving you. And that will happen so that you can reclaim your own sovereignty, your own truth, your own personal power. This might be happening with some of your children too. They may say, well, I don't want to do this. I'm quitting. I'm quitting my job. I'm not going back to my second half of sophomore year at university that you paid for. Someone might be struggling to decide how they fit in and how they can contribute to the group. If this is you, Scorpio, don't quit. Definitely buckle down with discipline. Get creative. You might be being called to write down your ideas. If moving away from something that no longer serves you, even if it's a belief system or a family situation, in order to maintain and claim your own sovereignty, will allow you to step into your full power and surrender to success, don't hesitate. It will be time to speak up. You'll surprise yourself and you'll surprise everyone around you. That stingray is really about personal growth, and you're at a pivot point. So push through your discomfort, Scorpio. When I use the Color Oracle deck for health, this is more, it could be about your physical health, but I think it's more about your mental health. Jade, take action. Gold, attract abundance. Violet, create a balanced life. So this is the second card of abundance, or third, success, power, and abundance. You will be called to attract abundance into your life in November, and the end of November and into December. That will not happen unless you take action. It won't happen to you and for you. It could, but wouldn't you like to be in control of it? So it's definitely a time of action that will bring abundance. Not drama, not tumultuousness. You might have to explain to some people around you that don't understand what you're doing and say, look, I have to do this. I have to be disciplined. I have to move towards a goal and a dream. I've spent time alone and I know who I am and I know what I want. I have to let go of old patterns. I want to attract abundance into my life and success. This takes a leap. This takes action. I also see that you will need to create balance in your life because Stingray came in reverse, and I see that you might be having a hard time claiming personal power and separation away from family, friends. This could even be a large company that you work for. I think it will pull you to feel some imbalance. Just try to keep the balance in your life. You are meant to create a balanced life, balanced meals, balanced sleep-wake cycle, balanced work life versus home life, balance between career and relationships. And I think you're going to be spending a lot of time alone deciding how to talk about this with yourself and with others. You'll surprise yourself. It's all about creating that balance for you. The tarot looks great so far. So these are the oracle messages that came out for you prior to the reading that helped me see what direction you're going. The reason for the reading this month moving into December is the Page of Cups. This could be about one of your children. That's often a young water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But pages explore and study things. They deliver and receive information. You might be receiving some good news that you really, really like. Pages do come with a sense of emotional curiosity and possibility, and also a bit of vulnerability. So it's a creative opportunity. Some of you are about to get really, really creative with your career and artistic even. It just will take imagination and discipline and abundance. The catalyst for it all is the Two of Cups. This looks like a great job interview. This looks like a good month for relationships and love. If you're having a hard time exploring something emotionally in some part of your life or with another person, a good heart to heart conversation is called for. I have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, Gemini. Looks like it might be a perfect match too. Career, relationship. Yeah, I think you want to move towards something new in your life. I want to see what else comes out for you. That was really great. When I saw that, I was like, this looks like a great conversation with one of their kids, or a really good new connection, even a good job interview. You've just got to land it, right? With the Two of Cups. Getting face to face, heart to heart, having trust, looking in the mirror and seeing the parts of yourself that you love, looking at someone else and feeling the best parts of yourself reflected back. Some of you will be healing your own inner child. Spirit, show me Scorpio further, moving out of November into December. What is driving them? What drives Scorpio? What is their driving force? The Eight of Pentacles. This might be about career for you guys. I always like the Eight of Pentacles because they're so focused on what they're doing. But in this deck, in the Light Seers Tarot, she stopped for a minute and looked around. You might feel a strong activation and an emotional connection with your work or with someone at work. This could be very much about a job interview, finally getting to get up close and intimate with something that you've put a lot of work into thus far. This is an apprenticeship and repetitive tasks and a mastery and a skill development. So you're definitely been putting a lot of work and will put a lot of work into something. What happened in the past that's most affecting the present moment? I think you guys might meet a person at work. Justice in reverse. We could have been connecting to a Libra. Here's that balance card. I think a lot of you have probably learned lessons of independence and learned how to identify imbalances in your life. When justice and balance is not served, it forces us to look at our own accountability. So in the past, there was some justice that was not served. Balance was not brought to something. There could have been some karmic avoidance in a relationship. Okay. Possibly a contract broken as well. And that led you to where you are now. I am going to go back around. What is their crowning thought? What will their advice be to themselves in December for Scorpio? The Ace of Swords in reverse. You definitely are trying to have some kind of a breakthrough. I think that you want to open up to something emotionally and feel a strong connection, Scorpio. You're willing to put a lot of work into it, but I don't know if you think it's going to be, you're not sure if it's going to bring you that truth and that breakthrough that you're looking for. The Ace of Swords in reverse with Justice in reverse is you're rethinking something else in your life, or you're not quite sure how to have a breakthrough. So I think your soul is saying to yourself, rethink something, examine any clouded judgment you have. You may have to cut something off in order to let something new in, because it wasn't fair and balanced and right for you. Make sure you have inner clarity is what you're telling yourself. What is the next action? The Sun in reverse. Well, the Sun is the most positive card in the deck. With the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Sun in reverse, that's Leo energy. Make sure you're not operating under a false impression. You might be being a little pessimistic about something or overly optimistic about it. I don't think that's it, though. I think that, how can I put it? I do think you guys will have the sun going down on something, or you're not quite ready to have a breakthrough because you don't have enough clarity on something. Up until now, there's been a level of unfairness. You might suddenly think that something isn't right for you in December because you feel a stronger emotional connection to something else in your life instead. This might also be a person trying to connect with you and you're not ready to have the breakthrough yet. You're not sure it will bring you sovereignty and justice or happiness into your life. The sun may be going down on something here with that Leo energy. It's definitely time to step into your full power and get clarity, though. This month, I just heard them say this month might not be the month for the breakthrough. You need to explore it emotionally first. Get the face-to-face conversation that you need or will have. How will they see themselves? How will Scorpio see themselves, Spirit? The Five of Wands in reverse. Ah, I see. You're not ready to have a breakthrough about something because you have quite a bit of inner conflict. I definitely think you guys might struggle to figure out how to be part of a solution instead of a problem. And so I think you're going to retreat. I see you being conflict avoidant. Make sure that you are able to deal with tension and diversity in a group dynamic. I think this might speak to the family and sovereignty piece. These guys could all work together to build a ladder to get out. And instead, what are they doing? They're all climbing on top of each other and competing with each other. They're not working smart, but they're working hard. I see that you want to move away from that. It looks like there's a situation that's really unbalanced that might involve a group dynamic at work, friends, family, competition. I think that you guys really don't want to be a part of that. That's how you see yourself, is moving away from that. What are hidden factors in the environment that they're not aware of? The World in reverse. Okay, so we have the World and an Ace. So I think that you guys are trying to complete a cycle, or there is a cycle around you that is somewhat left unfinished. You might feel as though it's not your higher calling and your higher purpose. When the World comes in reverse, you might struggle to complete something. That might be intentional because you'd feel like you have too much competition. I think that you guys are trying to move through a portal into something new, but you won't be able to do that until you find balance. The World often comes in reverse when communication isn't great. We're not really feeling a sense of belonging or accomplishment or integration. If any of you were thinking about traveling in December, you may not. Because there's just a delay in the success. You might feel as though you're not able to complete something. Someone may feel as though they're not able to complete something with you. Watch for struggles with stagnation and not being able to move on. Make sure you work on communication and make the best choices for yourself. It's also about needing to seek personal closure and knowing that we can't take shortcuts to get to an accomplishment. You may be talking to someone about something like that. How will they be feeling? The Ten of Cups in reverse. Here's that family piece again. I do think that there will be somewhat of a struggle and an imbalance. This could even be going down in a court of law that regards long-term emotional stability. This could be happening with your work family, with your friends, or with extended family as well. I think that you will be looking at how your values and other people's values line up and if they fit for you or if they're taking away your chance to move towards abundance and sovereignty. So when the Ten of Cups comes in reverse, there is a bit of a disconnection and some relationships will struggle. I get the feeling that there might be some others around you that don't want you to change and grow, Scorpio. They might even tell you, who do you think you are? You're nothing special. You're just this tiny little brown bird, until you hear the nightingale sing, and then you know it's anything but ordinary. Same with swan. You hold your head high, be serene and calm, push through the discomfort. You're being called to take action towards success. I feel as though this might all happen around the Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner table. You may be called to walk off with someone else and have a good heart to heart to help you have a better breakthrough that brings balance. because there's a lack of clarity. Watch for pessimism. All right, what's the final outcome if they stay on present course? The devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. I do see you guys really, I think you're going to be tested this month. And I think it's going to come in the form of peer pressure, family pressure, letting go of old behavior patterns and relationships that don't serve you in order to be able to let go of some inner demons that you're facing and breaking free from cycles and patterns that were unhealthy for you and didn't work for you before. He's tempting us with something. And I see you moving out of November into December saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I have to practice moderation, because the devil is about our shadow self and attachment and addiction and restriction. It can also be about desire and sexuality. It's Capricorn, but I often associate the devil with Scorpio because in a positive way, because it's about what we desire. I think that you'll be tempted by something and you're going to be practicing detachment. You will explore your darker thoughts and feelings about this. You may be tempted to play with the fire, but this is about releasing limiting beliefs. I see what's happening here for you. You are meant to find your true self, Scorpio, and claim sovereignty away from something that probably you have a strong emotional attachment here to, with family and the 10 of Cups coming out twice. But I think that if you can strike this balance and have this heart to heart conversation about what it is that you really do want to explore emotionally, it will create balance in your life. You're definitely meant to be moving towards your full power and success and abundance. It will take discipline. It will take imagination. You will be tested, but within the environment, I believe, in particular through emotional connections that have probably been in place for you a long time. Definitely have the heart-to-heart conversation with whomever you need to in order to break free of these old patterns and cycles. You'll be rethinking something before you make your next move. And I think it's just time to wait for it so that you can find out who you truly are. Four of Wands, I do see stability coming in for you, and a homecoming and a happiness, though, moving out of December into January. Again, I think you guys are about to start a 2-year cycle. You're right at the beginning. Get creative, sing your own song, open up to those around you that it's just meant to help you claim sovereignty and break free from old patterns that no longer serve you. I see you beating your demons and moving in a better direction than maybe you had been previously. Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, Scorpio, that's your reading for the end of November, moving into December. I hope that this resonates with you, and I hope it helps you. Book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally. I love the other water signs, but there's something about Scorpio. You're not like the other water signs. Still waters run deep with that Martian energy. I love reading for you guys. I'm always here to listen to the universe for you, Scorpio. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.